That Thing in the Desert by Hannah Mitchell. I'm going to talk about that thing in the desert, sometimes known as Burning Man, and it's a project that I've been part of since 2014. It's wonderful, it's ridiculous, it's awe and wonder in action, it's unsustainable, it's a marvel, it's a cycling contradiction. It's been life-molding to me and my attitude towards life. So what is that thing in the desert? What started as a small gathering as friends on a beach, Burning Man has turned into a global cultural movement, with the primary event being an 80,000 person experiment in the Nevada desert. But Burning Man is so inspiring that people want to go home and bring the essence of the event to their hometowns. So now there's at least 100 regional events around the world. And before COVID, it was possible to go to a regional event every weekend of the year. Burning Man is not a typical festival where you buy a ticket and consume the experience that has been curated for you on the main stages. At a burn, there is no main stage, and the strong emphasis is on participation and everyone creating the experience together. You are the event, along with everyone else. Like any other city, there is essential infrastructure, including city planning, emergency, safety, and sanitary infrastructure, but it's all volunteer-run. And it doesn't have any rubbish bins. You take your trash home with you. There is no sponsorship or branding. You can't use money except to buy ice for your chili bin. Burns are governed by 10 principles, and everything that emerges from the event is the outpouring of adults living and breathing these principles. When you arrive at the burn, you visit the greeter station, and they encourage you to use the 10 principles to guide you. And these 10 principles are radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, communal effort, civic responsibility, leaving no trace, participation, and immediacy. When the rules of social convention are relaxed, people are allowed to build a city from their own imagination. This is what they build: a city that celebrates art, creativity, and gifting. Of course, this is no utopia. Burning Man has its problems like any other city, but Burning Man is working towards addressing the diversity and regenerative problems, and their progress is easy to find. One of the unique aspects of a burn is a theme camp. This is where a group of friends come together and create a camp and gifts around a specific theme. This is my Australian theme camp, the Unicorn Orphanage, gifting breakfast, drinks, and a forest art installation. A burn is where you are able to discover and explore who you are and be your whole self. The parts of who you were hidden can safely emerge and be celebrated for it. This was a place where I can be all aspects of myself: a bisexual Christian, intimacy consultant, hippie, artist, social scientist, all at once. And then with the background of these amazing art cars that drive around, for no normal cars are allowed. Bicycles and art cars rule. It is a place where you can experiment with ideas, develop your art practice, and have fun. Gathering around burning artwork is something that drops us into our space of awe and wonder, something that a burn specializes in. At most burns, there are 2 key pieces of large-scale artwork that are burned near the end of the event in a loosely ritualistic kind of way. On the Saturday, an effigy or man is burned, and this is a noisy affair, a peak of the burn experience. The temple burn is an opposite mood. Done in silence, the temple burn is a ritual which started 15 years ago. Participants are allowed to write messages on the wooden structure that is burned and leave memorials to those who have died. As the Burning Man project extends around the world, the connections between experimental artists and social scientists are getting stronger. One example of this happened for me in 2017 when I was invited to be a key artist for the temple at the San Diego burn, called Utopia. The long-term dream of the Burning Man founders is that participants of the burning events will be so filled with passion and energy that they will be inspired to bring it to their hometowns. Not only as camping experiences, but something for the general public. And for those of you who heard about the Whangarei night lights that happened at the Whangarei Art Centre in July, that was mostly a bunch of burners working together to bring an event for the public. So what if the artists of Whangarei and Northland came together to create an immersive camping experience together using the Burning Man principles? What would happen? What would be created? Our next camping burn experiment will be in April next year. Come and find us. And until then, burn bright.